In this video, a Reddit user shared, "My fiancé's friend, a 27-year-old female, put our engagement at stake through a drunken confession from their past. What can I do from here? Update." Hey, I'm here with an update. The past day and some change have been a roller coaster of secrets coming out. Summary from the last post. I basically discovered through a drunk confession that my fiancée Sasha and her friend Taylor gave Taylor's husband Mike a threesome. I'm here to update everyone and let you all know I broke off the engagement and plan to go no contact with all three of them. It wasn't just the shock but the betrayal of holding this from me for 3 years. As usual, how this goes with anyone who has been through finding out a shocking secret about their partner's past, they try to play damage control. The famous "we can get past this, it's nothing but dust under the rug, you just talk to them." I decided to talk to Sasha about it, but to no avail. I only got partial information in regards to when it happened and how it happened. I know I shouldn't have done this, but doing this helped me make a decision. I asked Mike some information about the threesome. He told me that it wasn't just one time. They had multiple threesomes before and after they got married. They only stopped doing threesomes when Sasha announced her relationship with me to them. I never knew how long they were married for, so I didn't pry any further. I stopped asking questions because I was sick to my stomach thinking about it. A few hours later, I talked to Taylor at their house about why she tried to initiate a threesome with me and Sasha. She started off saying Sasha had mentioned she wanted to give me a threesome before we married, so I could have the physical enjoyment of another woman before marriage. She then said Sasha never asked her to be the third, but from an old high school promise, she assumed she would be the third by default. I then asked, why would she do that in front of Mike? Her response to that was, Mike knows all about her and Sasha's threesome endeavors, not to mention the countless times her and Sasha gave Mike threesomes. She also mentioned Mike knew about the promise her and Sasha made to each other, so even if I did go along with it, she wasn't going to let Mike join. She was going to make Mike be a cuck to a threesome. I was even more shocked to find out they have given threesomes to multiple guys. It wasn't just with Mike. Mike was originally just a casual hookup for Taylor that turned into marriage, where they never actually dated. They just decided to get married because they were hooking up for so long. During my conversation with Taylor, Mike comes in, confused as to why I was there with Taylor. He asked what was I doing at his house. I told him I wanted the last pieces of information to what's going on before I can decide whether or not. He nodded and sat down with us. I asked the last question I needed answered. I asked how long were Taylor and Mike married because I never actually knew. I just heard about them after they were already married. Mike, with no hesitation, said it would be 3 years in the following 2 months. But it shouldn't have anything to do with my relationship with Sasha, since me and her got together after they were married. From Mike's answer, I discovered they never knew about me and were actively doing threesomes while I was with Sasha. I didn't say anything about how long we were together. I rolled with it to pry for more information. I asked when was the last time they had a threesome. He said sometime in May of 2022. Me and Sasha had been together since October of 2021. After I got that answer, I told them I had to go, and that me and Sasha would not be getting back together. Once I left, I had been getting spam calls from them and spam texts saying I shouldn't throw our engagement away. It shouldn't matter because it was before me. Little do they know, it was while I was with Sasha. Once I arrived home, Sasha wasn't there, but her car was. I assumed she was out with a friend. I hadn't been there in a day. I started packing, and while packing I saw on the dresser the engagement ring I had given her. Without a second thought, I took the ring and stuffed it in with my stuff. I had everything I was going to take with me ready in about 30 minutes, and as I was about to head out the door, I see Sasha coming back. She had been dropped off by her sister, looking very distraught, but had a bag from our local sex shop. She rushed me and hugged me, crying, begging me to come back in and stay with her. I told her I might consider staying if she tells me the whole truth. I went and loaded all I was taking into my truck anyway because I was already set to go, but I wanted to hear the truth from the horse's mouth. Upon going back in to talk to Sasha, she tried to dance around trying to explain, instead preaching to me about how she was feeling. I will admit I was past the point of caring to even care about how she felt. so I just started asking questions in regards to everything I had already had answered by Mike and Taylor. She was already aware of the conversation I had with them and was rushing to get home to stop me from leaving. She did not deny any of what they told me, but instead gave me more information than I already knew. Apparently, Mike never wanted to marry Taylor. Mike wanted to be with Sasha. Sasha told him that she couldn't be with a man her best friend hooked up with first. She also mentioned he really only stayed with Taylor to stay close to her. So in turn, Mike settled for Taylor to stay close to Sasha. Sasha didn't know I had the entire conversation being recorded. I also asked her why she was doing threesomes with them while we were together. She then responds with, she didn't think we were serious enough for her to stop. We were together for nearly 7 months before she stopped. It also explains why when she said she wanted me to meet her friend when she was ready for me to meet her, all of the time she was staying the night with her friend instead of at her own home or with me. I finally had enough and told her I would be back to get the rest of my stuff another day, but the engagement's off, the wedding is being cancelled, and to tell everyone not to come. I have been crashing at a friend's place, and I'm only just now posting the update because I have calmed down enough to make the post. Since leaving, I had sent the video I recorded to Taylor and Mike, holding Sasha's confessions and Mike's secret about settling for Taylor. I have been spam called and texted from all 3 of them and refused to answer. If anything else happens, I will be sure to post another update in a new post. Same day, edit Taylor and Sasha both took to social media about what's happened. Taylor is on the verge of a divorce after finding out Mike settled for her. Sasha's friendship with Taylor is crumbling because Sasha kept the secret that Mike settled for Taylor. I informed Mike and Taylor of the timeline in which me and Sasha were together in the comments of the post. Now Sasha's pity post has gone off the rails. Allegedly, Mike didn't know I was already involved with Sasha, but Taylor knew and still went ahead with doing threesomes with Sasha. Taylor originally was never going to do a threesome with Mike, but it was Mike's idea for them to do one with Sasha, even though Sasha and Taylor have a history of doing threesomes together. I also found out Sasha had an abortion 5 months into our relationship. Context behind that, me and Sasha always wore protection. But she was taking cream pies with Taylor and Mike, so she was pregnant with Mike's baby, and didn't want me to know. I also found out Sasha forcefully had sex with her younger stepbrother on multiple occasions during that same time she was having threesomes with Mike and Taylor. I don't know where this road is going to end, but for me, it ended when I found out about the secret threesome. I hope no one ever has to go through this themselves.